I'm Richard Willingham. I'm here at the Dunkley by-election. This is a critical test with the health of the Albanese government, but also to see whether Peter Dutton and the Liberals have what it takes to win government next year. We've been talking to voters about what issues matter to them. What's the biggest issue for you in Dunkley?
I think the cost of living that's happening and the rate rises.
Cost of living.
Living expenses, I guess. Electricity, gas, fuel, all that sort of stuff.
If you could ask the candidates one question, what would it be?
What are they going to do about it?
We played these concerns to the Labor and Liberal candidates. What can you do about cost of living?
Instead of spending $40 million advertising these tax changes, I would be funding our food banks to protect the most vulnerable. But also, 10,000...
Do you support those tax changes?
Look, we support lower fare and simpler taxes. We're the party of that. But if you look at what the current government are doing, they're hiring 10,000 bureaucrats in Canberra. What I would be doing is funding more doctors and nurses and teachers, mental health practitioners.
From the 1st of July, I'm really aware that I think it's about 87% of Dunkley residents are going to get more of a tax cut under Labor than they would have under the Liberal government, which means people are going to have more money in their back pocket. We've got 5,000 more families getting a better benefit from childcare relief. We've got cheaper medicines out there. We've got the urgent care clinic with bulk billing.
I think people are hearing that message.
Look, the tax changes are happening as we speak. We've got things going on, and I know the Labor government are going to be looking at, what else they can do. We've got, Coles and Woolies being reviewed in terms of the benefits back to the consumers, so they're not, they're not going to be hit in their back pockets.
The other big issue, I'll play you another little clip.
The biggest issue with Dunkley, there's a lot of them. I think we're looking at crime.
Crime. Yeah, everyone's a bit scared around here at the moment because it's a lot of youth crime going on, and it needs to be fixed. It's just happening way too much now.
For us, it's more safety and obviously the trying to reduce crime.
The crime now is getting into our community.
Crime is primarily a matter for state government, but the issue is clearly weighing on some locals' minds. Last year, the crime rate in Frankston Council area was higher than the state average. Do you think you can solve that crime perception and problem?
I would be a strong advocate. I've been a youth worker. I've worked in the community sector for 30 years with young people and communities to implement solutions to help engage younger people.
People in Mount Eliza, Carrum Downs are sleeping. Older women are sleeping with bats next to them because of it. The people I've spoken to, they come out. You saw it in your video there. Crime is one of the #1 priorities for people, and people are sleeping with bats.
In recent months, Peter Dutton and his team have spruiked nuclear power.
We need to have an open conversation about nuclear power. We need to have a conversation about every single energy source.
We're happy to have it in Dunkley?
Look, that's a long time away. But what I do want to focus on is we need to have a sensible energy policy. We need to look at all forms of energy. The idea that this current government is looking at 100% renewable energy is a joke. We need to have a sensible energy policy that includes all forms of energy, that is clean, that is affordable, that is reliable.
Is Australia and Dunkley full? You mentioned immigration.
No, what we need to do is we need to have sensible immigration policy, allowing 600,000 people plus into our country when we have a healthcare crisis, housing crisis and a cost of living crisis is not good.
Nearly 56% of people in Dunkley voted no to The Voice. Labor's Jodie Bellier posted on LinkedIn that the campaign was the worst of white privilege.
Australia is the greatest country in the world to live in, and we are an incredible democracy. I respect that everyone has made choices about the outcome of the referendum and people's choices about that. I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on the future of Dunkley. It was a really difficult debate for everyone, and I respect that. A decision has been made.
But your comments about the worst of white privilege.
I'm focused on the future of Dunkley.
Do you apologise for those comments?
I'm focused on the future of Dunkley, so yes, and I'm doing my best.
This by-election may not change the government.
This campaign has also highlighted the growing efforts of Advance Australia, a conservative third-party campaigner that found its voice during the referendum. It's published inflammatory ads attacking Labor, but its biggest presence is online. Both sides of politics acknowledge it's making a difference. Have you seen these ads?
Yeah.
What do you make of them?
I don't think they're very good at all. I don't think any of the advertising from either party has been appropriate to this election.
I don't think that's the right thing to do, that sort of wording. Bit reprehensible.
Does that change the way you vote, do you think?
Probably, yeah.
This is
Maybe, yeah.
No, it wouldn't affect my vote.
In a tight race, every vote is critical. Richard Willingham, ABC News, Carrum Downs.